Don't worry about Dragon. Emerson moved in, knocking his IPA against the wooden surface as he claimed the spot between the ginger and the brunette. He could have them. I stepped closer to the blonde. Her mouth turned up slightly on one side, the hint of movement making my chest pinch. My friend is just generally constipated. Stomach lurching, I whipped to the right and glared at my teammate. I was what? He smirked at me. I can't help that you have to deal with constant constipation.
Wow, what an opening line.
The brunette laughed. I still hadn't found words. He refused to let me tell you I was a garbage man, so there wasn't much else I could say. Holy hell, I snapped. The two women flanking my teammate laughed.
I'm just going to...
The blonde pointed toward the hallway near the back. The sign above it read restroom.
I'll be back.
Based on the way she averted her gaze, I was pretty sure she was planning an escape from the man she now thought had issues taking a shit. How very attractive. I might kill Emerson tonight. Before I could stop her, she slipped away. I tracked her as she went, unable to pull my gaze from the light denim covering the perfect peach-shaped ass. A crop tank top and jeans weren't high fashion, but damn, she made it look like it was. Her blonde hair was pulled into a ponytail, the curled ends hanging past the light blue top that clung to her. Heads turned as she moved through the space, and I wanted to follow behind her just to rip each of the fucking guys' eyes out for thinking they had the right to stare at her ass. Dragon? I turned.
I'm Ren.
The brunette leaned in. With one arm resting on the table in front of her, the move caused her breasts to lift and push up into the deep scoop of her red shirt. I kept my focus trained on her face. She wore too much makeup for my taste. She tilted her head to one side, her dark hair falling over one shoulder.
Do you believe in sex without commitment?
I clenched my teeth. There was no good answer to that question. Did I? Sure. I was a moody asshole with a short fuse. People got sick of me as fast as I got tired of them. But I wasn't a fucking trophy for women to brag about. And since I'd made it to the majors, I'd discovered how many women were interested in just that. Saying that aloud, though, made me sound like a pompous dick. At least that's what my teammates had told me the last time I mentioned it to a woman. Plus, the only woman in the bar who piqued my interest had fled the moment I approached, so I didn't bother answering the question. I didn't plan to stick around if the blonde woman didn't come back quick. I scowled. Dragon's more like a good scotch than a beer. Emerson took a sip of his drink.
Perfect.
Ren smirked. Her friend, though, only frowned. Ren bumped her with an elbow.
He means dragon here.
She patted my hand. On instinct, I yanked it away. The chick didn't need to touch me. Over 20 types of bacteria lived on the human palm, and I didn't need to add hers to the ones that already resided on mine. Don't be offended, Emerson chuckled. The dude's a total germaphobe. He might be the worst wingman in the history of wingmen. I didn't give a flying fuck about either of these women. But their friend, my gut tightened to just the idea of her. So I would appreciate it if he didn't make me look like a total douche canoe. But the redhead's face lit up like my aversion to bacteria was the best news she'd heard all week.
What a coincidence, since our girl's a doctor. That's debatable, Jenna.
Ren tipped her head back and forth, as if weighing the idea, her dark hair dancing over her shoulders. How was being a doctor debatable?
But it seems dragon is more of an acquired taste. Something you savor once, rather than repeatedly, like your go-to drink.
Exactly. Emerson tipped his bottle at the dark-haired beauty. You and me, we speak the same language.